Hi, everyone. So I'm excited to be here tonight, and I can tell my story in two ways. One is, hey, Julep is a venture-backed, successful startup backed by Mavron and Andreessen Horowitz. And I have met the Zuckerbergs and hung out with Ben Horowitz, and we are at 180 employees and growing rapidly, and everything is going swimmingly. The other way I could tell the story is I have met with 130 VCs and been told, no, your idea sucks. And you don't know anything about technology and e-commerce, and we won't fund you, and this is never going to work. So that's all to say, a lot of you guys are entrepreneurs here. Don't give up. Lots of people will say no to you. And then your knight in shining armor will come in at the very last minute with an awesome term sheet. So hang in there. That is the story of what's happened to us. Just what is Julep? We are a vertically integrated e-commerce beauty brand. What does that mean? Well, it means that we're building the next major billion-dollar beauty brand in a very different way because what is possible today with technology and social media. What that also means in terms of the way we work is that we're extraordinarily collaborative. What it means to be a technologist in an e-commerce company is that you are solving core business problems alongside the person who's developing blush, alongside the person who's writing the copy, alongside the person who's photographing the models, and coming up with the TV commercial, which we recently launched on women's networks. It's extraordinarily cross-functional, and today, because we have our own subscription engine, which is a business program, so we have a Julep Maven subscription innovation box where we send you innovative new products every month. That also means that we've written our own subscription engine on the back end where we are enabling people to skip, change profiles, add to their box, and really creating a robust and exciting business model for us where we're doing things very differently. So, for all of you guys who buy Estee Lauder products, right? I'm sure right? Yes, thank you, sir. Estee Lauder's come out and said that they're doing fewer and fewer new products, less innovation every year. What we at Julep are doing is leveraging our e-commerce community, leveraging what technology can do for us with respect to changing the relationship with the end consumer, and we're developing more new products every year. So last year Estee Lauder did 10, we did 350. We're launching phenomenal quality prestige products, and we're treating really the physical product like software, where we're saying, hey, we're developing it rapidly, we're putting it out there, and if we get lots of traction from consumers, then we take it to places like Sephora and QVC, and we're a multi-channel beauty brand. And then if it doesn't work well, you know what? We iterate on it. We're on version 6.0 of our nail polish, which now enables oxygen to travel through the same way that your contact lenses do. And we're always iterating and offering new. And that's not possible when you're only serving up to a physical shelf space, because the physical shelf space is limited. When you put something in, you have to take something else out. Because we work in a digital shelf space, we're able to do so much more than the traditional beauty company. And this is important because women spend over 90% of the dollars that are spent out there, except for cars and consumer electronics. So aside from those two categories, it's women who are spending all the money. And I would love for, at the end of the day, for Julep to be known as the most consumer-centric company on the planet. We are all about delighting our end consumer, and whether that's an online experience or a actual physical product that develops that arrives at their door. It's all about making sure that there is no weakest link, that the consumer experience is flawless all the way throughout. So where our consumer experience starts at Julep is through our style profile. And what's interesting today is online, you're able to do a much different and better consumer experience than you are able to offline at a department store. This is one of the reasons why online shopping is better than going into a department store. So let's see. How do you guys like to accessorize with color? Vibrant lips, glam nails, timeless nails? Glam nails.
I'm all about the vibrant
Glam
lips.
nails group. Okay, which purse? You think the blue? Oh, okay, all right. Who knew you'd be so vocal? Heels? Gold? Gold, black and gold? Black and gold. All right. And what would you wear to make a statement? Lipstick. All right, lipstick. And which of these looks? Oh, come on, that's boring. I won't do it. And would you be rocking fashions from what era? Okay. And which pattern? Okay. Dream Closet? Is that because it's the only company you've heard of, is Zara? All right, if you have 15 extra minutes, guys, what would you want to do? Would you want to experiment with beauty products, nail colors, or both? Awesome. All right, and then which look most sums you up? Short skirt. Can you stand up? Whoever said that? Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
It is red. It's always red.
All right, and then you put in your... That's my email address. Oops, Julep. I can't spell. If you guys want to contact me later. And here you go. We determine your style profile, and then everything we recommend to you is based on that. Boho Glam. So we favor earthy tones and playful, vibrant colors. Good job, guys. Woo! I do have to say that my real profile is bombshell, and when I was pitching Julep to a 20-year-old, guy at a VC firm, he stopped me and he said, "Excuse me, did you say momshell?" Which was not quite as sexy. But overall what we're doing is transforming a huge high-margin category. We've built a company that is doing double-digit millions in just 24 months. And
Wait. You're not going to clap for that?
They did clap for bombshell, so I think they have their priorities straight. And then we are also just looking at the ways that the online shopping experience can be fundamentally different and better. So for example, we are now starting to crowdfund some of our ideas that take some capital to develop, and you'll start seeing that in a forum called Idea Lab on our site starting in January. And we also believe strongly in customization. So if you are actually a 40-year-old Asian American woman like I am, I don't want to see products on blue-eyed blonde 20-year-olds because that's irrelevant to me. And we really feel like there is a great way to provide social customization that is going to be radically different in the beauty category. And so just wait for that to happen. I did want to take a couple minutes to let you guys know that if you want to find the perfect gift for your significant other or for yourself, you can use the code JaneGF, which is girlfriend, Jane, JANEGF, for 50% off at julep.com. And we are looking for phenomenally creative and intelligent, smart, awesome people in UX, software engineering, and QA. And Thomas, the gentleman over there, what's your style profile?
I'm a bombshell.
He's a bombshell too.
Thomas is a bombshell, ladies.
So if you guys want to unleash your inner bombshell, come talk to us. All right, any questions?
So if you'd like to release your inner bombshell or you have a question, we got to have great questions for Julep. This is like a Seattle amazing success story.
It can be about startups or your nails. I can answer anything.
Oh, we got one over here on the left and right up front.
You know, one of the biggest things, it's always fundraising, right? I mean, it's funny because people look at us and sometimes people say, hey, you've arrived, you know, and we're just looking at the next level. I think as a founder and CEO, I didn't realize how much of my time would be spent on fundraising, just inordinate amounts of time. So I think that's always kind of the biggest challenge. And to be honest, like a lot of VCs are interested in things that they can relate to. That's why there are 7,000 men's-related fashion e-commerce companies that have been funded, despite the fact that that's a much smaller category than beauty. And you know, I actually really admire this VC guy I met who told me, hey, you know, I think you're a fundable idea. I think it's a high-margin category. You guys have traction. But the thing is, I'm not so interested in nail polish. And so it's something that, you know, we come across time and again. I think the biggest help against that is data. Data is our friend, being able to prove the traction, prove customer repeat purchases. We have women who have been purchasing from us monthly for over 2 years, and that's 40% of the original cohort who first joined us. So proving that degree of loyalty and repeat purchasing has been a huge part of our success, but I think data has been really our friend, and you know, fundraising is the biggest challenge.
We have a gentleman over here. Two gentlemen. Both of you,
leather.
actually. All right.
That's what his earlier question was.
That you're doing business today, I mean, like, what are some of the companies that you're looking to collaborate with your you know, great product?
You know, every e-commerce company wants a deeper integration into content, and every content company wants a deeper integration into e-commerce. So I think when we look at ways to meet new consumers, which is our biggest current business challenge, is customer acquisition. You know, once we get them in the door, we know what to do with them. But getting them in the door is one of the biggest focuses of our next year. And so working with other content providers like Refinery29, which recently, I think, got a $30 million round of financing, and you know, the regular stalwarts like Daily Candy and others. I think just being able to be out there. I am dying for Pinterest to enable us to do advertising with them. We're a very visual brand, and Facebook advertising has been highly efficient for us. So being able to, you know, I cornered Ben at an Andreessen Horowitz event, and I was like, you must let us advertise. But he's not ready yet to take our money, but he will be soon, I'm sure.
Over here. And starting your company as a startup, can you share a failure where you learned a ton from?
Oh my God, I have like 700 failures a day. You know, before I started Julep, I worked at Starbucks, and I never failed. I basically delivered everything I needed to deliver, and with like half my brain. Does anybody here work at Starbucks? Okay, don't tell them. You know, working at a startup, you fail 100 times a day, and all of you guys who are doing that, it's okay. Everything really is a learning experience. It's, you know, you stop calling it failure actually and just call it iteration. So we just opened a pop-up store in New York City where the rents are super low, as you've heard, right, in Manhattan. And so, you know, and it snowed on
Jane,
the first Saturday.
So just in case people don't know what a pop-up store is, can you describe that just so people
It
know that
means
concept?
that you walk into a physical location and you set up a temporary store for a month. In our case, it's 12 days, and it's the most macho thing I have ever done because physical retail is hard. You know, online it doesn't snow and stop people from coming in, right? It's just like, oh my God. And so, you know, it's iterating, right? We were like, okay, what can we do? We'll make up flyers and we'll send people out on the street and we'll hand out flyers. I mean, we've never done this before. It's all about iteration. So, you know, everything is just data. And once you start looking at it that way, I mean, there's no plan I've ever written, including my original business plan, where it has been 100% true. You know, I had this like phenomenal rock star, it would make you cry business plan. And, you know, today we're doing like very little of that, as the two pivoting women earlier on showed us. So it's about taking everything as information and, you know, really not even calling it failure. I think I often say I have 2 kids and I have left them at school and forgotten to pick them up. I have done every bad thing as a wife and mother that you could imagine in terms of sort of being, dropping the ball. And I think at the end of the day, it's not about how many balls you drop, but it's how many you have up in the air. And as long as you have love in your life, whether it's at work, where I love my company, I love what we do, we want consumers to love us, and the same with our family. I mean, my parents had a 7-Eleven growing up, and so I know that I have much more opportunity and I spend much more time with my kids than my parents were able to with me. They made money in nickels and dimes to send me to college. And so when you are from that environment, it's sort of freeing because there's no idea of perfect that I'm striving for. I'm striving for progress and engagement. And I think if you guys focus on that, like, people have this idea, the worst thing that people ever say to me is, because you're a successful entrepreneur, are you happy every minute of the day? Like, who is happy every minute of the day? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And it really is just about, are you engaged? I don't even ask the question happy, right? Because there are times when you're crawled up on your bathroom floor, like, oh my God, this is never gonna work. We've all had that. If you're an entrepreneur who says you haven't had it, you are lying.
Or you can drink heavily at the after party
Or
tonight.
drinking heavily. You are one of those two.
That will be a fuel.
But I think, just knowing that you're learning and you're engaged, asking, am I engaged, am I learning? And if you are doing those two things, then you're probably being a great entrepreneur.
Let's hear it for Julep, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jane Park from Julep.